everyone. So I had the idea of starting to vlog, so I'll be chatting with you about the books that I've read and the TV that I watched and any sort of writing projects I'm working on. I also might give you behind the scenes on some TikToks that I film and some other randomness in between. I have no idea. But right now I need to edit my TikTok for tomorrow and maybe watch a Chinese/Taiwanese drama. I haven't decided which one I want to see. I just saw this, the summary for this one called Vampire Cleanup Department. I'm intrigued. Maybe The Memorist. I'm actually really excited about vlogging because I was wondering what sort of content I can do on my YouTube channel because I don't want to leave you all by your lonesome. So let's fingers crossed I keep this up. So it is Sunday. I try very hard to sort of give myself a lot of a break, not do much work, but inevitably at the end of a Sunday my brain starts working about the week and planning what I want to do the next week. So I am currently planning TikToks and sort of planning my content for the next couple of weeks, and it's just like, no, turn your brain off. You need your break so you can do this content in a meaningful way. But it's like, no, my brain doesn't want to turn off. So I literally just said I wanted to watch I think it's a Chinese movie, but no, my brain's just like, okay, you can do this TikTok on this day, and I mean vlogging, just pick up the camera, like that one's not that hard. So I'm really trying to be good, but it's so hard. Did I mention that I am really bad at going to sleep at a reasonable hour? Because I am. It is 12:19. I just fought off a flying stink bug. Did you know that stink bugs could fly? Because I think I knew in my mind that was a thing that they could do, but to see one and hear one buzz, and I've been seeing them everywhere inside the house. I mean, like, outside the house, that's your domain, whatever, but inside, because I heard one. I heard buzzing and I thought it was the lights, and then of course I turned the lights off and I still hear a buzzing, and I'm like, oh, I hate this game. So I had an idea for a TikTok that I literally stopped everything so I could put stuff together. So that's done. I edited the original TikTok that I was working on, and I did do some planning as far as working out what's going on Instagram and YouTube and what have you. So yay. And now at almost 12:30 I might actually be able to watch something. You might be thinking, shouldn't you go to sleep first? But yeah, that's not what you're here for. You're here to listen to me talk to myself. I am so dumb on the regular, and put a camera in front of me, the footage I will have to edit through is going to be so dumb. Maybe I'll watch that movie, the vampire cleanup movie. I'll watch that and I'll tell you what I think about it. I'm also listening. Oh no, okay. Put a pin in, because I don't want to talk about it today. Put a pin on. I am listening to the audiobook for the Dresden files, and I've got thoughts, but I don't want to go into it now. So, put a pin in it, and we'll talk about it later. Lens cap. Don't know why that's in my hand. Let me stop talking. Bye. So I am filming some TikToks, if you can tell behind me. I was gonna have you run at the same time for a behind the scene, but I'm not the best multitasker, so I'll just tell you about it afterwards. Alright, so I finished filming some TikToks. I think I did 3 altogether. quite proud. There are a couple of funny ones that I'm really excited for everyone to see. I have to write up a script for the newest Mira Librarian episode, and I can give you a sneak peek. I think I want this one to be romance recommendations because I know someone in my comments was asking for one. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be, but I can't just give recommendations like most TikTokers. I have to make it a thing. I was looking through the books that I had read recently, and I haven't read a lot of romance. I just really kind of went back in my Goodreads of the cutest romance that I could find. Speaking of reading, I said I was going to talk about some things, so we're going to talk about some things. I'm currently reading the Dresden Files book 1, and I feel like I'm supposed to hate it because it's wildly, there's a couple of parts that are like pretty insensitive and sexist and misogynistic and what have you, but I am enjoying it. I'm like, I love the magic system. I think Harry is very funny and he's a gentleman. It reminds me of the hard-boiled detective and the femme fatale and all these other characters, but it's very sexual. Not explicit, but a lot of things are referenced as with sex, so I'm like, oh, it's a good thing I am not in my teens, or this would be an uncomfortable read. Because I think when I first watched the TV show, I was probably in my teens, and I rewatched the series recently. So I'm reading it at a good time now. The book is like the TV show, but not. So it's giving me a new experience. I was thinking about reading more of the books in the series, but I feel like I would intersperse physical books in, like, read a Dresden File, read a physical book, because I have been reading like solely ebooks for a very long time and I really want to like flip pages. So if I decide to read all of the Dresden Files, I don't know, because there's like almost 20 books in that series and it'll take me a year. But I will keep you posted, since I don't know how long I'm going to be doing these vlogs, probably for the near future. So if I end up, you will know if I decide to read all of them. The movie I saw yesterday, Vampire Cleanup Department, and it's about this kid named Tim who is immune to vampire bites, and he ends up joining this cleanup crew that cleans up vampire attacks. And it was cute. It was kind of dumb. I think it was supposed to be more on the, it's supposed to be more of a, it's like a horror comedy. So I thought that was really interesting. It reminded me of How to Train Your Dragon and the Karate Kid version with Jaden Smith, like these vampires. So it was interesting how they blended all of those genres together. So he meets this girl vampire and basically helps him learn how to act around vampires where he doesn't necessarily have to kill them, which gets the How to Train Your Dragon angle onto it. And his master within the vampire cleaning world would kind of make him sweep and do mundane tasks, and as soon as he needs to attack, he ends up being able to fight using these techniques with the Karate Kid aspect. And so basically he needs to learn how to navigate this world. Maybe I shouldn't do a summary because I'm gonna want to say the whole thing and I don't want you all to be spoiled. So just know we'll leave it at the Karate Kid meets How to Train Your Dragon. And if you want to read more, I'll leave a link to My Dramalist. So like I said, I have to write the script for a video. I also have some contract work that I need to do. And oh, I also want to watch an episode of this show called Ultimate Bensuke, which I watched in the early 2000s, and all the episodes are on Daily Motion, so I'm like slowly working towards them, working through them. It's gonna be a good day. And I got my filming done, so that's literally the only thing I really needed to get done today. I was talking a lot. Hopefully I can cut this down to a reasonable amount. Let me stop talking now. So I finished the script for the Mira episode. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, because I think originally I was thinking about doing it where it's just me, Mira, or just me as Mira, and just have everybody else be a voiceover, because changing costumes is both time consuming and tiring, so I'm not quite sure if I want to do that. But I think I do have enough TikToks like stored up that I wouldn't have to film this week if I didn't really feel like it. So now I think I want to go work out and then maybe write a little bit, and then watch another Asian movie or drama, because I did really enjoy watching it and knowing that I would be able to tell you all about it later. So we could do that. Oh, but also maybe go downstairs and do my puzzle while I listen to the Dresden Files audiobook. Possibilities. You will find out what I end up doing after this. So I just finished my workout and now I'm about to go hop in the shower. I decided I was gonna wait until tomorrow to do the puzzle / listen to the Dresden Files audiobook. And tonight I'm going to watch The Divine Fury, which was kind of next to Vampire Cleanup Department in Vicky's recommended do not watch alone list. Now, I am a wimp when it comes to horror, but I am cool with like thriller and jump scares. So hopefully this one doesn't scare me. But I'll definitely stop it if it gets too freaky, because I'm not. So hopefully this is not too creepy and I don't have nightmares tonight. It feels like it's gonna be more of a jump scare type thing, but it might not be, and I will regret doing this. But it's like Halloween season, so I feel like I should be watching more spooky type stuff. I will regret this. I can feel it already. I will regret this. So there is about a half an hour left of The Divine Fury, and it's creepy. It's pretty creepy. It's not really a huge jump scare. It's freaky stuff. But I think my brain is weird because it feels like it's a lot funnier than it's supposed to be for like all these people dying. What does that say about me? I don't know. Let's not read too much into it. But it's about this dude whose father dies, and because of that he loses his faith, and then you realize he has some supernatural powers. And I'm not gonna go too deep into summaries. I'm terrible at summaries. But I feel like I'm like making jokes just to get through this. Because if I think too hard, I'll probably get freaked out. But I am definitely laughing a lot more than I probably should. But we won't think too hard about it. And I wanted to film this so I wouldn't try to film something right after the movie was done. Because by that time I'm going to want to go to sleep, because I think it's almost 1. I did mention I don't go to sleep at a reasonable hour anymore. I don't know what it is. We're not going to think too hard about that either. And Wu Do-hwan, who was my boo, and the king, the eternal monarch, is in this. And I like him as an evil dude. He's good as an evil dude. This light's really bright. I just looked at myself in the viewfinder, and this would be the perfect time for something to jump out at me, and I would probably wet my pants. It's too late for this. I'll see y'all later. I did say I wasn't going to do an update after I finished the movie, but we know by now I'm a liar. It's fine. So I think another thing I forgot to mention was Park Seo-joon. His character, so fine. First of all, his workout regimen. I liked Woo Do-hwan. He was like this very charismatic, in the shadows type dude. And then the grandfather priest I liked. And I thought, what's his name? I forgot his name that quick. I thought Park and his fighting was really good. The fighting scenes were good. The movie it probably says a lot about how I feel about the movie. It's like, this was funny. I don't think it was supposed to be funny. But I was entertained and freaked out. And I was carrying my stuffed animal the whole time, so not a great movie, but entertaining. I'm always knocking into my glasses. Alright, we're gonna stop now because we're hitting 3 minutes. Bye-bye. So I had dinner. I made some kung pao shrimp that was pretty good. I don't know how authentic it is, but it was good. I added some extra chicken broth to make it a little bit more saucy. Now I'm about to go get in the shower because I worked up a sweat. I have about an hour left in the Dresden Files audiobook. And so let me tell you what happened. Dresden told Karen Murphy, hey, don't open my desk drawer. She does it anyway. And now she's trying to blame him. And I'm like, sis, you did the thing I told you not to do, and now you trying to get mad at me saying I set you up. Like, I told you not to do it. If you decide to do it anyway, that is your own fault. I don't know how I feel about her. I think I definitely like her better in the TV show. I think Dresden, the guy who plays Dresden, I feel like he's pretty spot on. When I get out of my shower, I think I am going to, there's a couple things that I can get done. I can finish the audiobook and do a puzzle. I can work on the captions for my August TikTok compilation. And I think probably edit whatever TikTok I want to have ready for tomorrow. I might need to write that to-do list down so I remember. Oh, probably take out my hair too. Yeah, let's write that down because I will forget one of those and then be mad when I don't do it. I probably look like a haggard mess, but I finished my puzzle. Look at it. Look at it. I thought a piece was missing and I was about to freak out, but luckily I found it. And now I can go upstairs because it is so cold down here. So I finished my puzzle. I finished the audiobook to the first book in the Dresden Files series. I thought it was solid. I thought it was very solid. My man could not catch a break though. Like literally every 2 seconds something bad was happening and I lived for it. I think I will read the second one. I mean, I think it really just helps to have an audiobook so I have something to do while I do puzzles because I have been really loving having puzzles. So it's almost like a symbiotic relationship. Now we're gonna keep this heater on. Now I think I want to start editing the vlog just so it doesn't build up on me, and start trying to figure out how many days will be each vlog. So that's gonna be fun to figure out. I don't think I'm gonna watch a movie. My eyes are already getting tired, so I probably have a good hour or so before I get really sleepy. So I'm trying to wait oh so patiently for the next Dresden Files audiobook. It should be available really soon, but anything that's not right now, I'm probably gonna be upset about. I have some graphic novels that I can read in the meantime. I want to work on the captions for my August compilations video. Need to undo my twist so I can film the Myiesha episode. I'm still not sure how I want to go about filming that, so we will find out once it's live. I have ideas for how I want to format it, but things might change as I start filming, so we'll see. Somebody didn't make their bed. Stop judging me. It's fine. So you remember when I said all the stuff I needed to do, like work on the captions and take out my hair? I did none of those things, and now I'm looking up puzzles. Let me show you some of them. So this one is called, what is this called? Pizza Arcade. I think I'm going to keep this one. Let's save it to a list. And next one is Baker's Dozen, 2,000 pieces, so I might be pushing it here. Let's pull you back. Yes. Tentative yes. We'll add it to the list, but I might be pushing it. I think there's others on this list that I probably will most likely get, or I like better than this one. Oh, this one is Vintage Yarns. Oh, it's a yes. I think when I first saw this one, I gasped. It was so cute. Yes, yes, yes. I knit and crochet. I need to get this. I'm not going to take you through this whole list, obviously, because that is just torture. That one's probably a no. We'll add it. I want you to get you to the really favorite ones. Or a couple of ones that I was like, this is so cute. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna take you through all of them that I was strongly considering. Oh, look, it's dogs. Can you even see that? This one is a definite yes, because I have one that's very similar. And you can tell I just literally gasped. Look at it. Look at it. So pretty. And maybe I'll show you the other one that I have that's similar to this one. More doggies. Okay, I think I showed you all the ones that I was really excited about. Oh, that one's pretty. I don't know if this is my style, but it's cute. I have successfully taken out my hair and now I'm folding laundry. I filmed 2 TikToks, so the librarian one, and there's this audio that I found that is so hilarious, so I literally threw another one together last minute because I was like, let's try this one out. I also Does anyone else have like laundry gremlins? So there's a item of clothing that you know you have, but for some reason you can't find. That is currently the mission. I will let you know if I find it. I found the shirt. Obviously it wasn't a gremlin, but it's a really cute Cartoon Network 90s TV shirt. And I'm like, where could it have gone? Our house is only but so big. And then I'm figuring it was in the dryer when someone else needed it, so they just put it on the top of the dryer. And of course it slipped my mind as far as where it was. So I went down there and I'm like, what is this black thing? Is this it? I got a little dusty, so I threw it in with my dryer load that's going through now, and I'm thinking that might knock a lot of the dust off. So it all worked out. I'm also out of breath because I just ran up here. I realized I forgot to show you the shirt that I was looking for. It is this 90s kid Cartoon Network from the 90s cartoons. It's so cute and I'm so glad we found it. I think now I want to work on the captions. I'm wondering, probably continue to work through the edits on the vlog and try to figure out how much footage I have so I can figure out when I'm going to post the first episode. So I'll keep you posted. So I'm currently working on the editing the vlog footage that I already have, and I'm thinking that each vlog might be just 2 days because apparently I talked a lot. And I don't want the vlog to be super long, so I'm thinking it's almost more of a time limit. So right now it's about 19 minutes, then trying to squeeze 2 or 3 days into one vlog. I think it's gonna be okay if it's just a couple of days. So that means I will probably have the first vlog up on, I'm thinking sometime Thursday. That's tomorrow. So probably morning Friday. I'm shooting for the morning of Friday to get the first vlog done. I don't know. I can't even really guess how long it's gonna take me to edit and format each video. So who knows? Who knows? We're definitely playing this by ear. And since this is gonna take a minute to export, I get to watch a movie in the meantime. I don't remember what the movie is called, but it has Xiao Zhan in it, who was Wei Wuxian in The Untamed. So I'm super excited for this.